How you doing, YouTube? It's legit XX Gadget X Player here. Yeah, I know it's been a year. I give you one since finals are over. I've been off school for 4-day weekend because of Martin Luther King Day and then finals. So, figured I'd give you a deck profile of the deck I will be playing probably for the rest of the format. I want to say. Yeah, we had a regional. I think last weekend. I lost in the bubble for an invite, so it sucks, but. Yeah, I decided to play TDs at that. It wasn't the best decision ever. They have a horrible late game, and then everything I lost to was in late game besides chain burn. So I'll talk more about that in a completely different video. Since I'll make videos about the new set, I'll make a video. I'll do the 3 cards of the weeks I missed. But yeah, here's a profile. It's tour guide plans. Yeah, at the regional, bought some tour guides because I figured it'd be a good investment with Twice Chicago coming up and me being from Indiana. Yeah, this is the deck I'll run at the box tournament next week at Lightspeed Hobbies. Yeah, check them out. They got a website. If you live in Indiana, you want to play Yu-Gi-Oh, it's in Portage. Really good place to go. We got box tournaments probably once to twice a month. Once the new sets come out, we have these tourneys coming up that are. We have our host John Appleman. He'll be It's pretty much like first place gets Rabbit and Maxi, second gets like Zen Mains, third gets Dolka, fourth gets Lagia. So yeah. Check that out. It's $20 an entry. Pretty good price support for it. And then we also have like all the good Player's Choice sleeves, whites, pinks, purple, you name it. We have the 60 counts of Ultra Pro, so just check us out. Come up to Indiana, play with us. Do what you do. Our regular tournaments are also credit tournaments for how many entries. But yeah, here we'll get on to the profile. 3 tour guide with their Sangan. Triple Tengu. So yeah, you guys, plants are probably the best deck right now. Maybe not Rabbit, maybe not next Rabbit, but Rabbit just is a little inconsistent for my liking. Where like a lot of these cards just stand alone very well. The entire Plant Engine, Dandy, Lonefire, Bulb, Sport, Debris, he's kind of debatable. He comes out a lot on the side. But like it's because of Maxi. Like at a local, I love this deck just because nobody really has Maxis. But yeah, here come the Trap Monsters, 3 Maxi and Effect Veil. I'm a strong believer in triple Maxi and 1 Baylor, like mainly because Maxi isn't really neg 1 and it's like a threatening roar, but you draw cards, so it's not necessarily a neg 1 at all. Double Thunder King, just good utility, very good first turn, like against rogues and stuff. I would not I'll talk more about it later with Insectors and whatnot, but yeah. Reaper, he is essentially my favorite card in the deck. You set him in Warning, and then you can flip Warning, and then flip Reaper next turn, attack for 300, poke card, a +1. He's really good. He has really good utility since he's level 3 and stuff, so he's like easy exceed material and whatnot. Once he's like, you can't really use him because they're afraid of him and set their hands and whatnot. Gores, he has the staple status to me in the format just because of all the stuff going around. Gores is Gores. And then, of course, BLS, because, BLS is BLS and plants. On to the spells. Heavy, staple. 2 MST, that's your staple. Book of Moon, sort of a staple. Like, I still think it's a staple. I mean, it's like the best neg 1 possible, in my opinion. Reborn, staple. Dark Hole, staple. Mind Control, staple. Foolish, staple in plants, but very debatable still just because of like Maxi, but I still like it a lot. 1-for-1 staple in plants. Card should be banned just like Foolish, I think. Average staple. +1. Scapegoats. Another really debatable card. I personally was not a fan at first. I had to play with it a little bit, but after playing with it very long, like for like the last week since I've been testing the deck all last week, and then when I had time between finals, but then a lot this weekend, like I went to locals at the Order of Chaos sneak peek and just kind of screwed around with it and didn't play. But yeah, this card's really good. It has really good utility, like Lonefire, and then that is like a Trishula. It just has to be played really right. Like, you can't just play it to play it. It's a game changer. Like, makes you come back. It's kind of like Reaper. It's just a comeback card. Then the staple and plants, double Econ. These are offensive and defensive. They have really good utility. They stand alone very well. That's why I like them. Like, all these cards is just a pile of standalone cards. Like, they don't really need each other to work well. They kind of work well by themselves. Which is why I still think plants are like the best deck. They have a hard matchup with Rabbit, but that's more when they go first. Like when they go second, it's a lot easier. But yeah, double Econ had a good utility. Like you can play it offensively, defensively. It helps with Gores a lot because then like It helps against Gores, because then you can do it in the battle phase too, and then you can have a Gores, and then, you know, do some shenanigans with, like, Bulb or Spore in your hand or something. Like, I've done a lot of crazy stuff with it. I love the card. Like, it has such good utility. Then we have the traps. We have the Staple Dust Chute. I've talked about the videos before already. We have Solemn Judgment, Staple. Like, it's not so much Staple anymore just because people are, like, weary of paying half their life points, but it's just a card you have to play exactly right. Double Warning. Still very good Staple status right now. Like, you have to negate the Rabbit summons. You have to negate Evil Swords or whatever. Torrential, this is very good. With this deck, too, it's really nutty because a lot of your cards are floaters, so... Then the last card is a Tech D-Prison. This is my 41st card. I don't like Caius at all. It's very situational. Like, I don't like holding it where I felt like, you know, how I was talking about all the cards, how they stand alone. D-Prison stands alone a little bit more than Caius does. And then plus, I mean, I guess Caius might be more reasonable now because of Insectors being darks. And then, like, it's not, I just don't like Caius against the Rabbit matchup where this is just kind of good all around, but this isn't very good against Insectors either. So it's debatable. Like, that's the deck list, though. Like, yeah, this card's still, to me, really good. I like it a lot. I like it more than Mirror Force right now. But that's just because of, like, how the format kind of turned with Order of Chaos, what I noticed. I'll give you an extra deck, I guess. It's kind of just a staple. Play an extra. Let me grab it. I'm missing a few cards. I'm missing Zenmaines and Librarian, so I'll just show you blank sleeves. These are my tokens. The Bulbasaurs. Bulbasaur. Then we have Ally of Justice Cataster. There's not in particular order at all, unfortunately. Signed by Austin Nichols. I scoop 4 cards. Trishula, Ancient Fairy, which this is really good when Formula and Librarian against the Rabbit matchup because they can't get over the 3,000 defense. So, like, you can, like, emergency sync Ancient Fairy a lot, which is good. Same thing with Trishula. Like, you can do some nutty things with enemy control and emergency synchro during their turn at Trishula, which is amazing as hell. We got that Black Rose signed by DFM, Bryonic, Utopia. This is a Zenmain sleeve. Levier, another nutty card for the deck. Leviathan. This is really good against the Rabbit matchup, too. Like, if I know I'm playing Rabbit, and I'm going first, and I don't have Thunder King to summon, but I have Tour Guide, this is a guy to go into. Because they have to double off with Utopia. This I played instead of Orient. I tested Orient. It came out to Orient is really situational as well. Like, don't get, like, you can still make this guy with the debris play, so this is why you didn't put him in instead of, like, Arcanite. But his thing is, like, I mean, the milling part's not that necessary at all, but he's 2,500, so it's another hard card for Rabbit to get over. And he's just kind of a generic 6 for, like, you know how I was talking about the Trishula with the goats and whatnot. He's part of it. And he's just more generic, and I would rather play him and waste my Brio, and then Orient just was, like, really situational, where, like, there are situations where, like, my opponent had, like, Hyper Librarian. Well, no, not Hyper Librarian. Let's just say, a Caius. And I could only go, I had to Breeze, and, you know, I could bring back Maxi. Like, he was just better than Orient, because Orient was just really situational. I just did not like it at all. Armory Arm, Formula, which is staple, and then this is Librarian. Scrap Dragon, which is good with the Tangoose, and the final card is Stardust. These are all, this is staple pretty much besides Iron Chain, because I don't like Orient in general. I think a lot of players are dropping Orient just because they can't really do much since Xyz are a lot better. Not necessarily, Xyz aren't necessarily better than Synchros. It's just like they don't require as much, in my opinion. Like, kind of like Synchros require some sub-power tuners, so that's why I just think Xyz are like a little bit better now. And plus, Tour Guide makes Xyz a lot better right now. Like. Yeah, like I said, though, it's plants, just like a basic deck besides, like, a few cards and, like, a few different choices that I preferred. I don't really have a side built. Like, I have a basic idea of a side right now, but I just want to see how much, I got to test more against the new set. But, yeah, I'll make a video for the cards of the week and, you know, about the new set. I'll mainly talk about Insectors and Wind-Ups, kind of how you can beat them. And then, like, cards that are good against them, I'll show you. And then on the other thing, probably, I'll talk, I don't think Ninjas are as good, though. But yeah, we'll save all this for another video. Peace out, YouTube.